Okay, so Viv wants to invest £2,000 for 2 years in the same bank. She can either choose the international bank or the friendly bank, and they have slightly different plans. She wants to have as much money as possible at the end of the 2 years, and we're asked which one she should go for. So, the international bank gives her 4% in the first year and 1% for each extra year. So we're going to have to break this up into 2 stages. First of all, in the international bank, we'll call this A. In the international bank, she's going to get a 4% increase on her money in the first year. 104% of 2,000, 1.04 times 2,000 after the first year. That's what she's got. Because this is compound interest, we're always increasing the amount of money in the bank account. So she's going to go forward into her next year with the £2,080. She's getting 1% for every year after that. Now she's only in there for 2 years, so all we have to do is a 1% increase on the 2,080. That's 101% of the 2,080, 1.01 once I divide it by 100, of the 2,080. And that gets me 2,180 pence. So in the international bank, Bank A, at the end of the 2 years, she will have £2,100 and 80 pence. Bank B, the friendly bank. She gets 5% in her first year and 0.5% in the next year. So 5% increase, 1.05 of her 2,000. Remember, we're starting again because we're comparing the two. That gets me 2,100 at the end of the first year. This is then increased by 0.5%. 0.5% of 2,100. Because it's compound interest, she gets to keep the extra money and her next percentage is on that extra money. Percent sign says divide by 100, so 0.005. But it's... Sorry, I've made a little mistake there. Let's go back and correct that. We want to increase by 0.5%. So I want 100.5% of the 2,100. That is 1.005 times 2,100. And if we do this on the calculator, I'm getting 2,110.50. So she should go with the friendly bank, because in the friendly bank she's getting an extra sort of £10 or more. Okay, and you would write a sentence to that effect. Find the simple interest when £100 is invested at 9% for 2 years. Simple interest, let's do something simple. Let's work out 9% of £100. Now, 9% of £100 is simply £9. I'm not going to do anything fancy here. Percentage is out of 100, so 9% of 100 is just 9. And she's getting £9 every year for 2 years. So she's getting 9 times 2, £18 for those 2 years. That is the interest she's getting. The total value of her bank account would be £118, but this question only asks for the interest, so we're just going to say the £18 extra. Next question. Find the interest earned on a £900 investment at a compound interest rate. Compound, let's do something complicated. At a compound interest rate of 8% per annum for 5 years. Remember, per annum means per year. So I am increasing by 8%. I'm working out 108%. And doing that over and over again 5 times. So there's my power of 5. Times 900. 1.08 to the power of 5 times 900 will give me the total value of the investment. And that is £1,322.40. But we need to be careful. Once again, we have to look at this language. The interest earned is not this total value over here. The interest earned is the extra, the stuff that we get given over and above the 900. So to answer this question, what we're going to need to do is take that 1,322.40 and subtract 900, leaving with £422.40. This is the interest earned. This is the extra we get given. We started with 900, we get an extra £422.40 over the course of those 5 years, leaving us with £1,322.40. Last question. Martin has some money to invest and sees this advert. Bank of Maths, double your money in 15 years. The average annual growth for your investment is 4.5%. So they're talking about growing by 4.5%. They're saying every year we're going to get 104.5% of what we had before, which of course if I apply the divide by 100 rule is 1.045. That's what I want to be multiplying by. Will Martin double his money in 15 years by investing his money with the Bank of Maths? You must show your workings. Now, we might detect a bit of a problem here in that we don't know how much money Martin has. And this could be very confusing. In fact, it doesn't matter how much money Martin has. The Bank of Maths says whatever your money is will double it in 15 years. So let's just pick an amount of money for Martin. I'm going to pick £100. You could pick any number you liked, and you could still do this question starting with your choice. So I'm going to say I want 1.045, which is 104.5%, which is a 4.5% increase or growth. I'm going to get that 15 times because this is compound interest. And I'm going to apply that to £100 to see what happens. So I'm going to go into my calculator, 1.045 to the power of 15. I'm going to times that by 100. And that's getting me £193.53. So, no, the money does not double. Now, maybe we would try this with a different amount of money. Maybe you say it would be different with £500. Let's just quickly try one of those. 1.045 to the power of 15 times £500, and let's see if we can get to 1,000. No, the calculator is telling me that I will get £967.64. Still too small. So no matter what amount of money you pick, we are not going to get to doubling. So it's wrong. We do not double our money. And that's the end of our solutions.